everybody, my name is Paul DeVega. I'll be go ahead and showing you how to set up our Barcode Fusion tool in your application using Oasis. So if you first go to the Oasis website, you might see, just a basic home page. We're going to go to our plugins and basically just to our Barcode Fusion one. I've gone ahead and just created a quick demo application, which is a kind of singular table in there to go ahead and walk through today. I've also gone ahead and created a Barcode Fusion install that, plug-in myself already that I'll be walking you through. But to create a new install, you'll just be simply clicking on this Barcode Fusion pop-up. You're going to have different price tierings here. How many barcodes will be created, kind of just different key points to what our tool actually does. And then, you can ask a question to us directly. We'll get back to you, relatively quickly. Or you can also, if you enjoy the product, if you watch the promo video and you truly enjoy it, you can go ahead and just click Install Now. I'll go ahead and skip around the steps since I already have a plugin created and just move over to my demo one. It's going to pull me back up that same step. At which point you can go ahead and create a connection to the QuickBase application that you would like this Barcode Fusion plugin to link to. I have one already to this Pulse Sandbox application, but if you need to, you can go ahead and just create a new configuration. Simply name it. If you want to add a description as well, you can add a description, the DB ID of that application, the app token for it, the user token for it, as well as which realm it's on. I'll go ahead and start using the connection that I already had set up. As you can go through here, which you also might have seen in the connection, anything with a red asterisk is required. Anything that does not have a red asterisk, which all of these fields do, is not necessarily individually required. As you can see here, I already have a Barcode Generator table created with some of these fields, but I'll walk you through, we'll go ahead and just clear this out, and I'll walk you through as if this is a brand new table. So you'll pick the table that you want on this application, where you want the barcodes to actually be created on your application. It could be your project, your task, for a certain team member, for a certain time card. Any of these different things might work. We'll go ahead and click Barcode Generator. That Barcode Generator table that we're using as a demo. And then when you're creating a new configuration, if you have fields, that QuickBase is recognizing, that Oasis is recognizing as fields that it can be used, or it thinks you might want to use, it's going to go ahead and pre-populate those. Since I did it slightly different, it didn't pre-populate those just because it's how I changed the table. But as you go through, QuickBase is going to go ahead and try to find, the key field in your table, which you can see here is just our record ID. It's going to go ahead and look at all the different multiple choice fields in that table that we've created, which is barcode type. For a reason, if you don't have a multiple choice, if this is a brand new scratch table, you can also just start typing. You click Add New, which Oasis will go ahead and create that field inside your table for you to be, to use. Since we already have a barcode type field created, I'll just use this one. But all these different, other than obviously your key field for that table, the rest of these you can go ahead and add, I'll just type a couple random characters and then create a new field with any name that you type in there. Our barcode text URL field, as well as our file attachments field. Just a quick walkthrough of these fields. The record ID is just going to be that key field for the table that you have. It could be your record ID, it's going to be whatever, field is there. Barcode type is going to be any type of barcode that you want created. I already have that field created in here, so I'll just go ahead and run these through kind of our long list of barcode types that we have. Go ahead and expand this list in the field properties. We have anything from your basic code fields, QR code fields, Royal Mail code fields, UPC codes, just a huge long list of different barcodes that can be created with the tool. So feel free to fill this barcode type field in with whichever type you'd like to have. The barcode text or URL is going to be any URL that you want displayed at the bottom of your image, which I'll go ahead and just pull up our demo application with it already installed here. So as you can see, 21679 is our barcode text of URL. And as you can see, it's at the bottom of that barcode that we've created. Going back to Oasis, these are really the 4 basic fields you need. Any text you want. The file attachment field is going to be the attached, where that PNG image will be saved. So it's just going to be a basic file attachment field, as well as the barcode type. So whichever type of barcode that you want the Barcode Fusion tool to go ahead and create for you. And then just the basic application settings, how big or the scale that you want. It's going to default to 3 at the moment, but you can make this image bigger, smaller, whatever you want. The name of the application that we're going to be installing it into, where you want that text aligned, whether you want left, center, and then as well as the background color. Once you have all this filled out and you're happy with all your settings, you can go ahead and click Save and Continue. Congratulations, you officially finalized all your settings. You're good to go ahead and install your Barcode Fusion plugin. Clicking this little PDF image here, we'll go ahead and open the quick kind of user guide walkthrough of how to add it to your actual application. We're going to first simply go ahead and copy the URL that we're going to be using in our webhook. You can just go ahead and click that copy URL button here. Walking through these steps. Step 2, we're going to go back to Oasis. We're going to go to the My Plugins page, and we're going to go to Token Management after clicking our 3 little buttons. So we're going to go to My Plugins, this barcode demo one that I used, and then Token Management. Step 3, we're going to go ahead and just create an individual token for our application. As you can see here, I already have one created, but you can also just, call it whatever you want to. Barcode Fusion, and click Create New. It'll go ahead and create a new one. And then at that point, we're going to go navigate back to the application that we added it to. So we're going to go into that demo one that I had created, my Paul's Sandbox. We're going to go ahead to our settings. We're going to go to our webhooks, click Add a New Webhook. And then we're going to go ahead and first for our endpoint URL, what we saved originally off that first save before we moved back to our plugin, we're going to go ahead and add that URL that was at the bottom of that congratulations page. Going back just through our walkthrough, we're going to go back to Oasis again, so you might want to have a multiple tabs opened here. We're going to go copy this token that we had created, transfer back to our webhook here, go all the way down to the end here where it says into your Oasis token. We're going to copy this whole section here and just replace it with that long string token that we created. Moving down to steps 6 and 7, we're going to go back to our webhook real quick, make sure our HTTP is in post. Our message format is set to JSON. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. HTTP is at post. Our message format is JSON. Back to our user guide, paste the following message in your message body. So we're just going to copy this real quick. Just this quick record ID here into the body of our webhook. Following down through the steps as well. Just double check here that our webhook uses that endpoint URL as a post, as JSON, and has that same message body. So it has a URL, post, JSON, and the message body. And then if you want to add any criteria to this webhook, you can simply do that. So we'll just click down the additional criteria. We're just going to make sure you can add anything. We're going to make sure our barcode type is not blank when we're adding a new one. We're going to make sure it's modified or added triggers our webhook. And I'm going to go ahead and just call this webhook Barcode Fusion. At which point we can go ahead and save it. Just double check that everything's there. We added the quick filter, we named it, and we click save. And at this point now we're good to go. So we're going to go navigate back to our barcode generator table here. We can go ahead and create a new barcode. Out of the type, we'll just stick with code 128 here. I'll just pick a couple different random digits to add to the bottom of that, and I'll go ahead and save and close it. The first time you set up Oasis, it might take a second just to run through all your processing. And then we'll go ahead and create your barcode. Similar to this. This might take a quick second for me on this brand new application, just because our demo at the moment that I'm running you through is set up to our dev server. So our dev server has to wake up a little bit. When you actually install this on your own, it's going to be more instantaneous. So just using this one that is set up to the actual one, we'll just add a new barcode here. We'll stick with that same 128. Couple random digits for the text we want to display. We'll go ahead and save it. And at which point, there you go. Instantaneously, you have a barcode. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed today's video. And I hope you great use out of our Barcode Fusion tool. Thank you so much and have a great one.